don't get paid for this, so subscribe.
What we have here, folks, is a case of a broken mirror. Wife and I decided to go downtown, and somebody decided to smash into it and not cop up to it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to fix it myself. Now, it is one of those breakaway mirrors that I am able to move, but unfortunately, they hit it hard enough to where they just completely obliterated it entirely. So good news is it still works functionally. It doesn't have any 8S functions in it, but it does have the kind of electronic tilt version. So that still works. The motor internally still works, but unfortunately it's ugly and I can't really see out of it, so I will have to replace it. Now, the good news is I was able to find a junkyard one here, same color, same everything, same year, same trim level, for about $60. So I know the dealership wanted a couple hundred. I got it for 60, and I'm going to do this myself. Now, to do this, you need to remove the 3 screws that are behind this panel right here, and unfortunately, you got to remove the door panel to do that. So there's a number of screws. Sometimes they're behind the door handle, sometimes they're hidden in secret places, which is a little bit of foreshadowing for later. I found 2 screws under the door pull here. I found 2 at the bottom of it. I also found a hidden one that I had to Google myself to figure out where it was because I couldn't find it, but you'll see me struggle here in just a second. So just pop these screws out. They are 7mm for this one. Your mileage may vary, of course, based on which make and model of vehicle you have, but basically it's kind of all the same. They are held in with a couple of screws. This one's hidden behind a small vanity panel. And again, just removing this screw. And then after that, you're going to pop them out with a couple plastic plugs. This tool is fantastic. I'll link it in the description to pry out some things. You're going to hear some pops. Just like that. Don't worry, those are good pops. Just like that one. And you'll see, oh, we found a screw, but I don't know where it is. Ah, there it is. It's behind this panel.
That sounded like a good crack.
Yep, that was a good crack, but it did come out, and this one pries from the bottom. Don't try and pry from the top, otherwise you'll break off the little plastic tabs. Now you can remove the door panel, and once the panel is out of the way, you will need to remove the electrical connector that's in there, that's holding it in place, and also this door pull cable as well. So yeah, you see, you caught me. I did have to find out a way to remove this plastic clip without breaking it. Try to go as gently as possible because, you know, after time the plastic gets a little bit brittle. But in this case, this trim panel just is pressure fit with one plastic clip on each end and then just kind of hides inside the weather trim to hold it in place. And you see, just kind of pop the little plastic clip. You're good to go. Remove the door mirror wiring as well. Comes out with just a little tug. And the wiring clips as well. Now there's 3 bolts that hold this in place, and I will need the use of my lovely assistant Max here in just a second to help me remove the door, the door mirror itself. Make sure that grommet comes out, and we did find a small plastic clip keeping it in place that allowed us to pull it out. There it is in all its glory. It's going to be replaced, and the replacement is exactly the same on the way back in. Having an assistant helps keep it in place, and I'm going to secure it with 1 screw and then just kind of open the door. Now, you'll notice I'm going very, very slowly here because I don't want to break anything, and just don't want to screw anything up and make sure it still works in the end. It's easier to do it slowly the first time instead of having to do it again later. A couple screws here. Bolts tightened in with some nuts. These are 10mm, just like every other screw on the planet. Make sure to plug it back in so the electronics work and secure the clips back into place. I'm going to secure the trim back into place as well. And then reverse process with the weather pack connector and the door handle cable. Now, once the door is in place, before popping it in, there's the door cable itself. Before popping the door back into place and screwing all the bolts down, what I like to do is like to test, make sure everything still works. That includes the mirror, that includes the windows, and the other windows connected to that. Now, a little slap chop, make sure that the plastic clips go back into place. Slap those back into place, so it's going to be the reverse process. Make sure those clips go in securely, and it should be pretty tight to the door. And then after that, throw in the screws, little chop foo there. screw it back into place. Make sure your plastic covers go back on, just like this one, in reverse order. Just a gentle nudge will get those back into place. Again, full test, and we're done. So we can stare at our gloriousness that we have replaced it, and the truck is back to normal. Everything's fantastic. Yep, and it still functions at the very end.
No, Max.
I don't get paid for this, so subscribe.
And there's only one thing left to do, and you're done. Thank you.